This week in Jamaica Now, regrettable, JLP leader weighs in on Everald Warmington's no vote, no benefits comment, but Andrew Holness says he would support compulsory voting. Why Asafa Powell never disclosed all his supplements to doping officials. Text messages and telephone records tendered at Vybz Kartel murder trial. And opposition wants new strategies to deal with crime. The details of these and other stories coming up after the break.
Get the Gleaner Classifieds app for BlackBerry and be the first to know. Search by item or location, search entire listings, save results for reference later, and even call directly from the app. It's that easy. Download your Gleaner Classifieds app from BlackBerry World and subscribe today.
I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. Jamaica Labour Party leader Andrew Holness has distanced himself and the party from controversial comments made by Member of Parliament for South West St. Catherine Everald Warmington. Speaking at a JLP meeting last Sunday, Mr. Warmington said people who do not vote do not count and should not expect government benefits.
If you don't vote, you don't count. And you can't ask for government benefits when you refuse to participate in the governance of your country. I don't know how others perform or others work, but in Southwest St. Catherine, they have to vote to talk to me.
Mr. Holness has described the comments as unfortunate and regrettable. Nevertheless, the JLP leader said he would support compulsory voting as mooted by Mr. Warmington. Mr. Warmington has faced a string of criticisms for his no vote, no benefits comment, but he insists he will not apologize. The Vybz Kartel murder trial continued last week with the court hearing evidence relating to text messages and telephone records. The 12-member jury was shown text messages and phone records allegedly between Kartel, his co-accused Sean Campbell, the deceased Clive Williams, and an unknown person. Text messages allegedly sent by Williams to his girlfriend telling her that he was being taken to Kartel's house to be killed were also shown in court. The text messages were reportedly sent on August 16, 2011, the same day Williams was allegedly taken to a house in Havendale, St. Andrew, where he was beaten and killed. The prosecution is alleging that the house belongs to Kartel and that Williams was killed over 2 missing guns. Williams's body has not been found. Kartel is jointly charged with Sean Campbell, Kyra Jones, Shane Williams, and Andre St. John. Former 100-meter world record holder Asafa Powell last week testified that he failed to disclose to doping officials 9 new supplements that he had received from his one-time physical therapist Chris Zureb because he could not remember their names. Powell made the disclosure while testifying in front of the Jamaica Anti-Doping Disciplinary Panel. He was responding to questions around his doping violation at last year's National Senior Championships, where the banned stimulant oxyliferin was found in his system. Powell also told Laxton Robinson, the lawyer for the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, that he was not well aware of the World Anti-Doping Agency WADA code. Also last week, Powell's agent Paul Doyle dismissed arguments that due diligence was not applied in the hiring of Zureb. Laxton Robinson had suggested negligence and a lack of proper research into Zureb's credentials. The trial continues next month. The opposition has called for Prime Minister Portia Miller to immediately call a meeting of the National Security Council to discuss new strategies to tackle crime. The call came as the police reported that they have recorded 32 murders in the first 13 days of 2014. According to Derek Smith, the opposition spokesman on national security, this is the worst murder tally over the comparable period since January 2010. Mr. Smith says the Prime Minister needs to tell the country how she plans to make Jamaica a safer place. And Bishop Dr. Delford Davis says Jamaica lacks courageous leaders who are willing to do what is required to solve the problems afflicting the country. Bishop Davis, the head of the Power of Faith Ministries, was speaking at the annual National Prayer Breakfast in Kingston. He also defended calls by various leaders in the society for divine intervention in solving Jamaica's problems. He says there is a role for God in leadership. The Urban Development Corporation, UDC, is poised to rake in hundreds of millions of dollars from the long overdue divestment of several public assets in the corporate area and St. Catherine. UDC Chairman K.D. Knight says the corporation is on the verge of selling 6 government properties, including the Oceana Hotel, which currently houses the Ministry of Health, and the Forum Hotel in St. Catherine. While not disclosing the amount for which the properties are to be sold, Mr. Knight said much of the proceeds are to be pumped back into the development of downtown Kingston as Jamaica positions itself to become a logistics hub. The Consumer Affairs Commission is hoping that local financial institutions will now sign on to the proposed banking code. Among other things, the banking code stipulates that institutions tell customers the interest rates they are being charged. In an interim report tabled in Parliament last week, the Bank of Jamaica said income from fees, excluding those for loan processing, now accounts for the larger percentage of revenues for commercial banks. And the report said since 2010, there has been a 30.8% increase in the income from fees at commercial banks. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and as we go, we bring you highlights of the Welcome Home concert for the winner of The Voice Season 5, Jamaican Tessan Chin.
Of the gold medal of recognition of the city of Kingston to Tessan Chin.
I felt your support, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart because you are the first people that have